We have a headline crossing, thanks to your reporting, that Bank of America and Citigroup are weighing new credit cards with a 10% rate. So for all the pushback that bank CEOs have given the Trump administration about how this is a bad idea, it would ruin their credit card business, it would be bad for the economy, they are taking some steps into looking at this.
The key word here, and what you heard this morning at Davos from Moynihan, is solutions. So the banks are now huddling together, they're getting their teams, and they're trying to figure out new products that they can offer that would appease what the Trump administration is asking for. So Bank of America has highlighted some products that they already offer, some programs that they have really launched in the last few years to address the affordability issue. And no bank CEO is pushing against that bigger topic here. Everyone is saying, we too want to help out. We too feel that affordability is an issue that we want to address. No one is saying that it's not a problem. It's the economics that they need to evaluate in terms of if they are to offer a 10% card interest rate, then they have to figure out how to balance and take account for the customers that will default, and that they're going to be losing money on certain customers at that specific interest rate. That is why some of their cards have the higher interest rate, so that they've been able over time to balance and not just make money, but not lose money on some of the products that they offer to their customers.
And what's notable here is it can feel like they're a little bit behind the curve, because there was a company called Built that responded right away to what President Trump was calling for and offered a credit card with no more than 10% interest rates. But that is a very specific case study, isn't it?
It is. And that announcement with the 10% interest rate is one that is for just a year, which actually does fall under what Trump is asking for. He has also given the 1-year timeline. But a lot of these banks offer a 0% interest rate for 18 months as an intro. So it's really a game here on how you position, and again, how you are working with the administration as a bank to show that you want to be amenable to what they're asking for. And again, we haven't heard any pushback from any of the executives that have spoken through bank earnings and through Davos this week on affordability being something that they don't want to address and help out with.
This is very much about managing the president and managing the administration. What is it that these banks as customers want? What are they hearing from their card users? Because there are a lot of, I think of Chase, for instance, and its premium cards, or I think of American Express and their premium cards, and people are willing, a certain segment of the population are willing to pay high annual fees in order to get those rewards.
Yes, it's really a tale of two cities. Those cards that you're mentioning with the travel rewards, with spending that is going to give you access to lounges, this is a client that is paying up because that is a value to them, to be able to go to the airport and have a meal before a flight. That's something that they're willing to pay up for. Now, other card offerings, when you have an annual card that you're not paying anything to access, it's really about, and I think with affordability, the question of your credit line. So Moynihan this morning talked about if you're lowering and you tell your customers, your consumers, you have a smaller credit line, you don't have a window in which you can spend, that is going to pull back spending overall, and that's bad for the economy.